Okay, right. So I would like to welcome you all to the orientation program of the College of IQSSL College of Quantity Survey in HND in quantity surveying. So this orientation program is to sort of basically to orient you, get you in track in following this HND program. So I am Dr. Suranga Jayasen. I am the Director Academic of the college. So today we have invited guest speaker for this session to begin with. He's Chartered QS Hasita Gunasekara. Um, so Hasita is the Vice President of the Institute of Quantity Surveys, Sri Lanka. He's with nearly 20 years of experience in quantity surveying and project management. He's the director at Construction Cost Information Services Private Limited and also ARQS Consultants Private Limited. He earned his bachelor's in honors degree in quantity surveying from the University of Moratuwa and holds MSc in project management from the same university. He also holds a diploma in commercial law and arbitration, and now he teaches at the University of Moratuwa as a visiting lecturer. He's an esteemed fellow of the Institute of Quantity Surveys Sri Lanka and also the Australian Institute of Quantity Surveys. He also holds a chartered membership with the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveys, or RICS, United Kingdom. He's associate member of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators and a member of Dispute Resolution Board Foundation, USA. He's the former director of the Board of Management, which looked after the running of the College of Quantity Surveying and also heavily involved in development of the curriculum that you will be following. And he's therefore the ideal person to give you an introduction to quantity surveying. So without taking further time, I would like to invite Chartered Quantity Surveyor Hasita Gunasekara to explain you what quantity surveying is. Hasita? You are muted, Hasita.
Okay, sorry. Thank you very much again, and good evening, everybody. So it's a great pleasure to see you today, all of you, new students for College of Quantity Service Guaranteed Limited. Actually, I was just invited for this small introduction today, and asked to give a brief introduction and some experience, share the experience with you regarding the industry. So I will start with the Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka, because at some point you will become members of this institute. So Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka was originally established in 1980s with participant of 7 quantity surveys, prominent quantity surveyors at that time. Then gradually it grew into an institute. At the beginning, it was actually a gathering or association of quantity surveyors. But in 2007, Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka recognized as a recognized by Act of Parliament. So now at the moment, IQSSL, short form, is a enacted government organization representing the profession of quantity surveys in Sri Lanka. So it's the sole organization representing the quantity survey profession. So when you completed your HND, and even at this point, you will be enrolled into the student membership, I think. And then this will be the first milestone in your path towards the membership of Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka, right? So when it comes to the institute College of Quantity Surveying, actually College of Quantity Surveying Guaranteed Limited was established in, I think, 2020 April, if I remember correctly. Previously, it was known as the College of Quantity Surveying, Institute of Quantity Surveys, College of Quantity Surveying, IQSSL. It was established in 2007, even before this IQSSL is enacted by the Parliament. And the main objective of college at that time was to provide an educational arm for the quantity surveyors who were practicing in the industry, and young students who are willing to enroll into the quantity surveying profession as an education arm to the IQSSL. There are different institutes providing the quantity surveying education. At that time, mainly University of Moratuwa was the one organization. Then we had technical colleges in different parts of the country. To make them or absorb them into the with a formal education into the quantity surveying profession, IQSSL was IQSSL started the College of Quantity Survey. And as I was aware, with few numbers of students, and most of them are now, I think almost all these members are now chartered members of the institute. So they started the College of Quantity Surveying in 2005 in a small place in Nugebodu. Gradually, with the requirement of the industry and to get a better education on quantity surveying practices, more students started to enroll into this college. So by the time 2019, after 14 years of this commencement of the college, there were about 100 students studying under the College of Quantity Survey. So it was a great achievement actually. The one reason why that much of students interested in enrolling into IQSSL college was the education system that they have developed at the moment, even now, that provides a very futuristic education system. One reason is that most of these lecturers teaching in this college represent both industry as well as the academia of this country, right? Almost all these lecturers are to be chartered quantity surveyors by profession, and the other lecturers who are teaching the other subjects like surveying, construction technology, drawings, all these areas, law, they are also prominent professionals in the respective professions. Therefore, the trust that we have gained throughout this 19 years period is significant. So I'm sure that the students who are enrolling into this course today you are also will be able to gain this benefit from this institute. Some of you may have. Now, if I may ask a question, all of you are who's enrolled into this course, are you from just pass out from A level, or are you studying or practicing or working in somewhere and as quantity service? How what are your backgrounds? Can some of you tell me what are your backgrounds actually?
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir.
My name is Harsha Parvis, and I'm currently doing uh, diploma in quantity surveying at NIBF.
You are at the moment also you are studying quantity survey, so you
Yeah,
enroll into College of Quantity Service to get more or
it will be
further.
finished by September.
Okay, so
That's
then you want to learn further in quantity survey.
yeah, yes.
Very good. Okay, others? Okay, one thing, even though this is an introductory session, but as quantity survey, so students who are going to become quantity surveys, one thing that you should learn is that you have to talk, you have to express yourself, right? The profession quantity surveying is not something you can do by cornering yourself. Okay, so you have to come forward, because what do you do in quantity survey? Okay, so what do you do actually what do you expect from a quantity survey? Shall I ask by name? Is it okay?
This is very first session, Hasita, so maybe you can ask by name.
Yeah, little bit,
Yeah, so there might be
reluctant.
reluctant.
Yeah, okay. So I will general brief. So basically you have to like if you are want to become a quantity surveyor, you are the one who going to represent your client in terms of financial and contractual aspects of your project. Okay, so some of you may already know, and some of you may still going to learn this. In terms of a quantity surveyor, is the one who's looking after the financials of your client as in the project sense, not as accountant, but in terms of project, you are responsible on that. So details on how you do and ethical aspects will be discussed later. But remember, that is what quantity surveyor has to do. So, okay, now going back to the College of Quantity Surveying, I briefly explain how it was established, and then how important or how prominent College of Quantity Survey in the industry at the moment. And I think some students are trying to admit. Okay, so what is your way forward thing? When it comes to the way forward as students who's enrolling into the College of Quantity Surveys, you will have to complete your HND Higher National Diploma, right? And afterwards, there will be a industry training session. I think about 1 year. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Sanjay Sena. Then you will be receive your higher national diploma in quantity survey. So that is the first step in your career in terms of to the chartered quantity survey. Then also you can continue with us in future, right? So in your path, once you obtain your HND or the other qualification, academic qualification, then there will be a path for you to the chartered membership. So if you want to become a member of Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka, you have to obtain the associate, at the moment we call it associate membership of IQSSL. That is the chartered membership. Normally we call it the chartered members of Institute of Quantity Survey Sri Lanka. So then you will get the chartered status in quantity survey, right? So what do you need to do? First, complete your education. Then there are different paths for you to enroll into this associate membership. There are some paths from the graduate route. That means if you can obtain a degree, then there is a path. Then from your experience and the technical membership routes are there. So there are different paths for you to enroll. But your ultimate goal should be to become a chartered quantity surveyor in the industry. Right? In addition to that, there are other academic paths where you can obtain your MScs, MBAs. There are a lot of different areas or academic areas that you can gain knowledge as well as recognition. And when it comes to the profession of quantity surveyors, quantity surveying also now evolved, not like like the other professions. Now we are also evolving with the new technology and to future requirements. So when you become quantity surveyors, now you are almost at the initial level of becoming quantity surveyor. So you should have your own goals at the even at this point. You need to have your own goals, and also in terms of progressing in your career, you can select different diversified areas in quantity survey, right? So that's also need to be keep in mind. So it's not just a quantity survey, right? You can go into different areas in quantity survey. You can specialize in different areas. Some of you may know, some of you may not, but there are different areas, like someone interested in the traditional role of quantity who are doing the BOQs, who are administering the estimation process, who are administering the contract process. The traditional path is the normal route. But in addition to that, now most of the quantity surveys are specializing in different areas, like doctors. Doctors are all start with the general medical health education, but then they diversified into specialized areas. Likewise, the quantity surveys also can diversify themselves into different areas other than the traditional quantity surveying role. Like if you want to become or you are interested in legal aspects, then you can specialize in contract administration or claim management, right? And sometimes you can become adjudicators, arbitrators, right? Then if you are more interested into the technological side of the digital environment, you can become BIM managers, right? And then if you're interested in management positions, you can become a project manager, right? So there are a lot of areas now being diversified at the moment. The industry is being diversified into different areas, specializations, quantity surveying profession. But most importantly, the basics, whether you are a contract administrator, whether you are an adjudicator, whether you are a BIM manager, still the basics of quantity surveying is the most important component in your life, right? So therefore, with your education in this, whatever you gain, the education you are gaining from the College of Quantity Surveying will provide that basic knowledge on quantity surveying aspects. For example, in the course, you will learn about measurements, BOQ preparations, estimations. So those are the requirements for a traditional, traditional quantity surveying profession. Then you will learn about the construction technology, surveying, drawings, drafting. That is, you may not see those things as a directly related to the quantity surveying profession. But remember, those things are important for you to progress in your day-to-day quantity surveying practices. Then we also teach, I think, I'm not sure up to what extent at the moment, but contract administration and legal aspects, law is there. For the HND, maybe it's not in that as a total subject, I don't know, but still, those are the things, the fundamental things that you will learn from College of Quantity Science. So this is a very structured and futuristic course that we are conducting here in College of Quantity Science. So when you are gradually going through this course, you will understand you are one of the few students who are fortunate to learn and gain knowledge from prominent institute in Sri Lanka. And also there will be a training period. Normally we call it training period. That means implant training, industrial training for you. So there will be two sessions in that training process. One for the under the consultancy services, and other one will be contracting services. So both aspects will be, you will be trained under both aspects. Specialty on this training process is you will be trained under the professional quantity service. So that is also another important aspect in our education system. So you will gradually work under a professional quantity survey, so you can learn the proper quantity surveying practice in both consultancy and contracting. So consultancy means the consultants who are providing advisory services and this advisory services to the client. Then you have the contractors who are basically the builders of the project. So in both aspects, you will get opportunity to learn the quantity surveying practice. Okay. And then the other areas that I want to discuss or want to express to you is that the important part in your life, this will be one of the important part of your life actually. So everything teach here, you have to gain, absorb into yourself, because these are the basic or fundamentals. As I said earlier, these are the fundamentals of this education. So this will be your base. Yes, you might already learn quantity surveying, you might already working as quantity surveyor. Still keep in mind this, or make sure that this will be the base of your education, right? So you have a recognition when you say, okay, we are students of quantity service, College of Quantity Surveying Guaranteed Limited. That means you have the recognition of IQSSL behind you, right? So that is also another benefit you gain from this course, the recognition. So if you go out into the industry, right, and when you are going for jobs, you can proudly say, okay, we are from CQSTL, IQSSL. Then they will know, okay, you have the basic, good knowledge on quantity survey, the fundamental knowledge on quantity survey. That's a advantage in this competitive market. So make sure that you get the benefit as well as then you are representing part of the IQSSL. So you have to maintain that recognition. That is also important. So when it comes to the education, it's not only the education. So you are become, at some point, you are become ambassadors of this college. So it is important for you to maintain that recognition, right? So it's not just another education institute. Okay. So mainly I discuss about college, institute, and the education that we are providing. Do you have any questions? Anything? I would like to have this as a, rather than a lecture or speech. I prefer if we can have an interactive session. So do you have any question? Anything you want to ask?
Sir,
Yes, Pujit.
nowadays technology replaces the most of the jobs, right? So can the technology replace the quantity survey as well?
Sorry, can you repeat your question again, Putha?
The technology can replace the quantity survey.
Technology,
Nowadays,
yes.
nowadays there are most of the jobs become the they are adapting to the technologies. So can the technology replace the quantity survey?
Replace
Yes,
the quantity survey.
okay.
Yeah, replace.
Good question.
No,
Yes.
you know, when in 1990, early 1990s, when AutoCAD was introduced into the market, right, there was a lot of uh, doubts, right? What was that? Whether this software will replace the profession of drafting and architecture. Yes, of course, in architecture, there is a human aspect and the it's a recap, what you call it, like a human touch. But in drafting, they had the concern whether this AutoCAD will replace them. But what happened now? Everybody now in the industry using AutoCAD. By introducing AutoCAD, did it lose any jobs of the draft? No. The same thing. Only thing is that we need to evolve with the technology. Now, in new technology, there are building information modeling, we call it BIM. Then we have AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Then we have machine learning. Those things are now evolving the quantity surveying profession. But as I said earlier, the fundamental of quantity surveying will not be replaced, right? Only thing, you have to evolve with this new technology. It won't replace you unless you are still remain as the traditional quantity survey, right? Unless you are evolving, yes, you will be extinct. But it doesn't mean that quantity surveying profession will be replaced by technology. Okay, so don't worry, but I encourage you to learn the technology. And we, as College of Quantity Surveying, we are always facilitating that requirement because our education system is always updating and upgrading with the evolving industry requirements. Yeah, any other question? Okay, so from the IQSSL and from the College of Quantity Surveying, I think these are the things I wanted to highlight with this short time, right? But I'm sure that you have more questions regarding your future, how the industry is going to be, and what are the requirements when you are becoming part of this industry, and what is the future of industry. So to discuss these things, I will give some insight on these aspects. I think it's high time to invite Chartered Quantity Surveyor Mahinda Gunawardena to give some insight on the future of the quantity surveying and as well as the current situation on the industry. So he will brief you because he's a prominent quantity surveyor with I think almost 40 years experience in the industry. One of the oldest quantity surveyors in Sri Lanka, I guess. So he will give some insight. Over to you, Ms. Mahinda.
Mahinda, unmute your mic.
It's done. Can you all see me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah, yes, we can see you. I was waiting for the students to answer actually.
All right. Okay. Well, I think first of all, I would like to welcome all these students who are starting their career path as quantity surveyors. So this is the first step that you have taken to go on a long march. I wish you all success at the very beginning. And as Chartered Quantity Surveyor Hasita mentioned, I would add something to you. Before that, I would like to tell you, who I am. I started my quantity surveying career in 1977, long ago. At that time, there was no proper quantity surveying education, and nobody knows what quantity surveying is. So during that time, we had to learn through books or whatever the other materials available. But you all are very fortunate and lucky that proper guidance is now there. And again, you all have come to the very correct place rather than going here and there. You have chosen the very best place to start your career. My total experience is more than 40 years. I would like to give you something, to understand what this quantity surveying is and where you can go. Right? First of all, this quantity surveyor is one of the prominent and important and respected stakeholder in the construction industry. The reason is he is the person who is handling the financial part and the administrative part, and he is the man to listen to each and every stakeholder in the industry, such as client. Client needs our advice, contractor needs our attention, and totally the project. Project needs somebody to see problems and solve problems. So quantity survey is the person who is doing at the moment. Why he is doing that? Everybody thinks that he is impartial and he is honest. So that is the tag each and every quantity survey is carrying. So you all have to keep in mind that when you become quantity surveyors, keep in your mind that you are the most capable person to handle situations and impartial, and you are not favoring any parties. Your aim is to run this project smoothly and not to put anybody in trouble, because we all the money that we are handling is not belongs to us. Either it is employer or the client's money or contractor's money. So then you can't take sides and you can't be biased on somebody. So you have to maintain that. So until you maintain that, you will be recognized as a very good quantity surveyor. And the other thing, now you started, I mean, no, you are going to start your quantity serving career. Probably somebody must have told you quantity serving is a good career to go ahead, or maybe some of them are having their relatives or maybe friends, so they must have given you some sort of impression to go ahead with quantity serving. Whatever the way, now you are onto the path. And a quantity surveyor has to talk in the sense, I mean, you have to learn first, you have to understand subject. The very basic of quantity surveying has to be learned. It is not that simply you can't do something. You are not trying to get a sheet of paper as certificates. So you are going to get knowledge. So that is what you are going to invest. So it is, you can get papers from anywhere. So you can pay money and get papers. But in this particular place, you will be getting your knowledge. You will enhance your knowledge, and then you will step onto the field as a very good quantity surveyor. Now, why these quantity surveys are recognizing, especially Sri Lankan quantity surveys are recognizing Middle East and other countries. In 1970s, early 70s, the very first batch of Sri Lankan quantity surveyors went abroad to Oman when the Middle East construction boom started. So when they go there, they had done a very good job, because the reason that most of them were from State Engineering Corporation, where the properly installed quantity surveying section is functioning at that time with under a chartered quantity surveyor name called he is well, I'll tell you the name. It's just not coming. So he under a chartered quantity survey, they learned that, and they have gone to Middle East and shown their skills. And then in Middle East firms, they mention that if you want a quantity survey, get them from Sri Lanka. So in Middle East, there are a lot of other nationalities working as engineers, working as maybe services engineers, architects, but a lot of companies, they take Sri Lankan quantity surveys only, because the reason that they have established that name and they were doing at that time one of the best services. So that is how this quantity surveying has come up in Sri Lanka, and then a proper education started with University of Morato in 1985, if I'm not mistaken. So since then, we are producing the world best quantity surveys. Now, people who didn't get a chance to go to Moratua, and now the path is there. So College of Quantity Survey in Sri Lanka is providing you the very basics. So without very basics, you can't become a good quantity surveyor. And when doing quantity surveys, in my experience, what I have to tell you, not only the subject, you have to get improved your soft skills. You have to talk to people, you have to convince people, you have to write correct letters, you have to be a very good person at the end of the day. You have to become a superstar. Then only you will be recognized, right? You have to work very hard. It is not that simply you are following this diploma course and getting a job and stopping that. No, it is not that. So you have to work hard. You have to gather your knowledge, and then you have to practically implement that to show that you are a superstar. So then your chances will follow you. It is not that you have to go behind any sort of opportunities, but the opportunities will come behind you once you become a successful quantity surveyor. So you have to keep in mind, you have to have a sort of dedication. I will become one day a chartered quantity surveyor, not only that chartered quantity surveyor, one of the best quantity surveyors in Sri Lanka. So when I started with no proper quantity surveying education, I worked hard and got my first quantity surveying education in University of Morato. It was not a degree course, but just a certificate course at that time. And then I worked hard and I became a chartered quantity surveyor, fellow member of the institute, and finally I worked as the treasurer of the Institute of Quantity Surveys for 2 years. So that is how I developed myself. Then I can tell you, so you also can do the same thing, but the main thing and the important thing is your dedication. So you have to work hard. Don't take this simply, because the reason that if you work hard initially, then you will become a very good quantity surveyor later. And the other thing, now what you want to keep in mind, so honesty, right? Well, that is the tag a good quantity surveyor always carry. Right? So nobody can tarnish their image because the honesty is always there. So you are not going to be partial. You are doing the very correct thing. So then everybody will respect you, recognize you. So the day first, you have to keep that in mind. I am going to be one of the recognized good quantity survey. So that is how you have to move forward. And even in Sri Lanka, I mean, there are a lot of chances elsewhere. I would suggest you to go out of the country one day and gather technology and working with other nationalities and get that experience. Then it will be added qualification for you, but you have to start from the very beginning. So that is what you are getting there. And when you come to do your practical training, so it will be organized, or maybe the college will help you to find places. And wherever you go, always keep in mind that you have to work very hard and you have to gather your knowledge. So that will be the success. And I would like, I'm very happy to say that in my organization, I am a director of one of the consultancy, country serving consultancy company. In my company, there were two quantity surveys came from College of Quantity Service. So they did their HND there, and they came for training with us, and they joined us. And I'm happy to say that one of them has done his MSc in Oxford College of UK on BIM. And the other one is leaving this country on the 4th to New Zealand to follow his MSc. So that is how you also have to keep in mind that you have to go to the next level of the ladder. So next rung of the ladder you have to climb. So easily you can do that, because the reason that all the lecturers who are giving you lectures are qualified people, and they are always there to help you to overcome your issues, educational issues, or maybe subject issues, and that is how you have to do. And the other thing you have to keep in mind that you have to help each other. So it is not that you are trying to get your qualification or the knowledge or something individually. So you have to work hard. I mean, always try to do teamwork, because the reason that construction is not an individual's job, it is a teamwork. Then you have to learn how to work as a team member. So you can start that from your college. So help each other and gather all the knowledge, and definitely it will be a blessing for you for your future. You have heard a lot of things about the college and the institution, the college and the Institute of Quantity Surveys Sri Lanka. And I want to tell you one thing. In Sri Lanka, according to the CEDA Act, there are three parties recognized as qualified persons: engineers, quantity surveyors, and architects. So all these three parties should get their charter from the respective institution. So then you will be treated equally as the other chartered people in the industries. To get that, you need to get your chartership. So it is not a difficult task, but only thing your hard work will definitely will take to the next step, right? I think that is what I want to tell you about this. And I heard one question somebody asked, and it was answered that whether quantity surveying will be disappear with this new technology. Well, the answer was given, and I also want to tell you this is, I think a quantity survey cannot be replaced by any sort of technologies. The only thing that we have to be with the technology, so then we can use them to show our further skills. It is not that simply operator can come and do all these quantity surveying part, because I mean not only the traditional quantity surveying, arbitration, adjudication, dispute resolution, or whatever the things, I mean, delay analysis, all sort of things are coming under quantity surveying in one day. May not be immediately, but in one day. So those are the areas you have to master. So then you will be, I mean, your job will be secured and you can march forward. I think that is what I have to add from my side. If anybody have any questions, you can ask now.
If they have
Students,
any question, they can ask in Sinhala also. No issue.
Yeah.
No problem.
Whatever, yeah, and don't afraid. I mean, you can ask any language. I'm sorry, I don't know Tamil, but if it is English or Sinhala, you can ask. I mean, so and again, one thing I want to tell you, right? When I first came to State Engineering Corporation as a trainee quantity surveyor, it was through a test I got that opportunity, and the manager consultancy, he talked to us. There were 5 people. He talked to us in English, so I could understand what it is, but I couldn't answer him. So the only thing, I mean, I can remember at that time, he asked me, "What is your name?" So I replied, "My name is Mahinda Gunartha." So that's all I could do at that time. But while going through, I found that the entire quantity surveying is based on, I mean, the medium is English. So therefore, you have to get your English correct and improved. So then I started doing my English improvements, and that is how I became to the level that I am here. Still I am learning. But you all can do that. So don't afraid of the language. So you can overcome that. If you have any question, now ask in Sinhala. But keep in mind that you have to get your English also improved. So without English, you can't do this. Because to go abroad and show your colors, so therefore you have to get out of this sort of cage. So therefore, that is also you can keep in mind. And if you have any question, ask in Sinhala if you want. සිංහලෙන් අහන්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න මේ
ඒක තමයි ඒක අහන්න නැතුව ඉන්න එපා. මොකද අහලානේ දැනගන්න වෙන්නේ මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. අපිටත් ඉස්සෙල්ලම ඔය මහින්දයි කියපු ඉෂුව එකම තිබුණා. අපි ඊට පස්සේ ඉම්ප්‍රූව් වෙලා අපි ඕසිස් ගිහිල්ලා එහෙම මේ මං ගැන කිව්වොත් දල වශයෙන් මම කතා කරන්න නෙවෙයි කියලා ඉතින් හිටිය ඕනුනොත් කතා කරන්නම් කියලා. ඒ වුණත් I thought I have to tell something to that students. We want to improve the English knowledge as well as communications. But ලැජ්ජ වෙන්නේ නැතුව කතා කරන්න අහන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් නිකන් සද්ද නැතුව හිටියොත් දැන් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට යන්නේ මේ මීඩියා එකේ QS කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ මෙහෙමනේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒ ගැන තමයි මම පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න හැදුවේ මොකද ගොඩාක් FB එකේ හරි මොනවා හරි බැලුවොත් එහෙම තියෙන්නේ QS කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ කරලා ජොබ් එකක් නැහැ එහෙම කියලා ඒ වුණාට ඇත්තටම බැලුවොත් එහෙම හරියට ඉගෙන ගත්ත QSලා ආවොත් ඕන තරම් ජොබ්ස් දෙන්න පුළුවන් සහ තියෙනවා මිඩ්ල් ඊස්ට් වලත් තියෙනවා මිඩ්ල් ඊස්ට් වල දැන් ටිකක් අඩු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අපි බාගෙට දැනගෙන ගිහිල්ලා QS කරන්න ගිහිල්ලා එහෙම ඉෂුව එකක් නේ තියෙන්නේ ඒකෙන් හින්දා තමයි
අර මොනවා හරි ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. එහෙම මොනවා හරි ඩවුට් එකක් තියෙනවා නම්. දැනට අර මට කිව්වා වගේ මගේ දැන් QSලා 52ක් ඉන්නවා. එතනින් IQSSL එකේ 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. හොඳටම perform කරලා ඒ ඕනම් චෙක් කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. මගේ අර අපි ඩිරෙක්ට් ඔපරේෂන්ස් විදියට මම ඔය කන්සල්ටන්සි කම්පැනි එක වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ ඒකින්ද අහන්න තියෙන දෙයක් ඕන එකක් අහන්න. අපි ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් හෙඩ් ඔෆිස් එකක් තියෙනවා දෝහා කටාවල. සෞදි වලත් ඔෆිස් එකක් තියෙනවා. මිඩ්ල් ඊස්ට් පැත්ත ගැන හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් ලංකාවේ හරි QS කරලා වැඩක් තියෙනවද හරි කියන එකක් අහන්න. මොකද දැනට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන කට්ටියකින් IQSSL එකේ කොලෙජ් එකෙන් ආපු කට්ටිය මොකද මෙෂර්මන්ට් වයිස් සහ හොඳට ඉක්මනට perform කරනවා ටෙක්නිකලි. මැනේජ්මන්ට් පැත්තට නැත්තම් ගොඩක් කට්ටිය බලන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලාම මැනේජ්මන්ට් එජුකේෂන් ආබිට්‍රේෂන්ස් කොන්ට්‍රැක්ට් ඇඩ්මිනිස්ට්‍රේෂන්ස් කරන්න එකවරම මොනවා හරි තියෙනවා නම් just ask from in Sinhala or English, no issue.
Yes, students, why not Johan?
Students මම කියන්න තියෙන්නේ අර කිව්වා වගේ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්නක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ හැමතිස්සෙම නිකන් අර මේ ටීවී එකේ බණ ඇහුවා වගේ. ඒක දිහා බලාගෙන ඉඳලා යනවා මිසක ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ නැහැ මොකුත් නැහනේ. එතකොට තේරුණාද නැද්ද කියන්න තියෙන එක මොකද්ද කියලාත් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මේක මේ අද නෙවෙයි ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න. හැමතිස්සෙම ක්වෙස්චන් කරන්න. Tamanට නොතේරෙන දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් කතා කරලා දැනගන්න. හැමතිස්සෙම මොකක් හරි කිව්වහම why am I doing this කියලා කියන question එක තමන්ගෙන් අහන්න. මම මොකද මේක කරන්නේ? ඒකට උත්තරේ හොයාගන්න. So that is the way of success, right? Then I think Suranga, you can continue. I hope I have given whatever the things that I could give you, and then Suranga will do the conclusion part, I hope.
Yes, and of course, I want to thank Chartered Accountant Mahinda Gunawardana for taking over from Mr. Hasit. And as Hasit introduced, he's one of the most senior quantity surveyors in the country, and of course, somebody who has done a significant service to the quantity surveying profession, being also in the IQSSL governing council. He's continuing this service for a quite long time. So I thank him, and I must introduce him as one of the directors of the College of Quantity Surveying. So he's the director administration of the college, and he's one of the persons that you would be who would be looking after you as you go through this program. And I also want to thank Chartered Accountant Rajendra Dasanayake for joining today, and he's also one of the directors, but more than that, he is one of the pioneers who actually developed this IQSSL College of Quantity Surveying initially. So from then onwards, he was quite caring about the college and looking after the interest of the IQSSL and the future of quantity surveying, alongside with educating the young generations to the best by providing them with the best knowledge. So you can understand that we have a quite committed team, and all of us are voluntarily working on this. We are not taking any salary or something, no income or profit out of this. And I must tell that IQSSL College of Quantity Surveying is also not a profit-making body. It is a guaranteed company under the IQSSL, but we don't make any profit out of it. So it is totally all the income that we get from here is spent on educating the young generation of in the subject of quantity surveying. So in that background, we are delivering this, and past few years we were quite challenged with the COVID situation, and therefore our operations became a bit lower. So however, now we are again back in good grounds. to move forward. Okay, so without a worry, you can continue with us. And as Conservator Hasita Gunasekara asked you, I would like to just get you to tell us from where you are and
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, මේ ජොබ් එකට යුරෝපියන් කන්ට්‍රි වල වැලියු එකක් තියෙනවද?
European countries වල quantity surveying කියන එක කියන්නේ well established profession එක අතරම ලංකාවට QS එන්නේත් UK වලින් තමයි. මිස්ටර් මහින්ද ගුණවර්ධන
සෞදි වගේ රටවල් වලට වඩා යුරෝපියන් කන්ට්‍රි වල
මම පොඩක් කියන්නම් ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවලයි UK වලයි UK වලින් පිට සවුත් ඇෆ්‍රිකාවලයි කොන්ට්‍රි සර්වර්ස්ලට ජොබ්ස් තියෙනවා. දැන් මම කලින් කතා කරද්දී කිව්වා නේද මේ මගේ ගාව වැඩ කරපු එක ළමයෙක් ගියා MSc එක කරන්න කියලා. ඒ ගියේ UK වලට. එයා දැන් එහෙ වැඩ කරනවා. මොකද එයාව රෙකග්නයිස් කරලා තිනවා හොඳ කොන්ට්‍රි සර්වේ කෙනෙක් කියලා. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි මගේ ගාව ට්‍රේන් වුණා තව දෙන්නේ. ඒ දෙන්නත් දැන් වැඩ කරන්නේ UK වල ෆර්ම්ස් දෙකක වැඩ කරන්නේ සීනියර් පෝස්ට් එකක් කරන්නේ දෙන්නම. ඒ දෙන්නත් හැබැයි දෙන්න කොන්ට්‍රි සර්වේ පටන් අරගත්තේ කොලෙජ් එකකින් නෙවෙයි. නමුත් කොන්ටිටි සර්වේ කෙනෙක් හැටියට highly recognized, hard working and they admire that they are on the job. කරන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා දැනගෙන කරනවා කියලා කියන එකට highly recognized. ඒ නිසා ඒවට යන්න බැරි කමක් නැහැ. ඒකට පාත් එක වෙනම හොයාගන්න ඕන කොහොමද යන්නේ කියලා UK, South Africa, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand. ඒවායේ jobs තියෙනවා. අනිත් ඒවා වෙලා තියෙන්නේ දැන් systems ටිකක් වෙනස් ඔය France වගේ තැන්වල ඒගොල්ලෝ highlight කරන්නේ නැහැ quantity surveys කියලා කියන වචනේ cost engineers කියලා කියන වචනෙන් තමයි මේ වෙලා තින්නේ. මේ පාත් එක හරහා ඒව හොයාගන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒක නිසා මිඩල් ඊස්ට් විතරක්ම නෙවෙයි තව යන්න තැන් තියෙනවා. ඒක තමන් knowledge එක එකතු කරගත්තාම ටිකක් ඊළඟට හොයාගන්න ඕනේ ඊළඟ ලැඩර් එකට පනින්නේ කොහොමද කියලා ඊළඟ රන් එකට පනින්නේ කොහොමද කියලා තමන් පොඩ්ඩක් උනන්දු වෙලා හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම බැරි කමක් නැහැ. මේක ලංකාවටයි මිඩල් ඊස්ට් වලටයි විතරක් සීමා වෙච්ච ජොබ් එකක් නෙවෙයි.
ඒකට පොඩ්ඩක් ඇඩ් කරුවොත් එහෙම මේ දැනටම දැන් මගේ ඇත්තටම මේන්ලිම අපි අවුට්සෝස් වැඩ තමයි 90% විතර කරන්නේ. දැනට මෙහින් හෙඩ් ඔෆිස් එක දෝහා කටාවල එතන ඉඳලා දැනට නිව්සීලන්ත වලට 4 දෙනෙක් ගිහින් තියෙනවා. කැනඩා වලට 4 දෙනෙක් ගිහින් තියෙනවා. නිව්සීලන්ත වල ඔක්කොම 6 ගිහින් තියෙනවා.
Mr. Raita, video off කරන හරි පොඩ්ඩක් connection එක
තියෙනවා. මේ keyboard use කරන්නේ. Hello.
now okay, Raita. Please tell again.
ඇහුණාද? okay. බැලුවොත් එහෙම අපේ මේන්ලිම අවුට්සෝස් පිටරට වැඩ තමයි අපි වැඩිපුර කරන්නේ. එතකොට දැනට අයර්ලන්ඩ් වල වැඩ ඒ කියන්නේ කොන්ට්‍රි සර්විං ඒකම අපෙන් මෙහෙන් ඔෆිස් එකෙන් ගියපු කට්ටිය 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කැනඩාවල. නිව්සීලන්ත වලත් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ 6 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. දැනට හොඳටම well established firms වල වැඩ කරන්නේ. එතකොට මිඩල් ඊස්ට් වලට සහ ලංකාවට විතරක් මේක ආවේනික වෙච්ච එකක් නෙමෙයි. තමන්ගේ තියෙන එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් සහ හැකියාවයි උනන්දුවත් එක්ක වෙන වැඩක්. ඒකයි මට පොඩ්ඩක් ඇඩ් කරන්න ඕනේ.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the input. Favish, were you able to understand what we said in Sinhala?
Yes, sir. A little bit. I can't understand.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. So it was about the opportunities. So what is highlighted was that, say, not only in Middle East, But say in many countries around the world, where, especially where the quantity survey is in practice, we have good opportunities. But in some countries, they don't call that quantity surveying, but quantities, other terms like cost engineering, etc. And these places also we can gradually, or you can gradually establish your opportunities. But I believe one of the reasons why this Middle East is popular is because the comparatively the level of income and amount that you can save is higher.
Without taxing,
That
no,
is,
that is the main
yes.
in Middle East region, no tax, but in other European countries, 25 to 40, we can't save money. That is the main issue. A lot of people going for Middle East.
Yes. Other questions? තමන හරි තියෙනවද?
මොනවද තියෙනවනම් අහන්න. ඉතින් ඕක තමයි එකම chance එක.
We will be having more sessions, but today it is just to introduce and say actually help you with any questions that you have. Another questions, support that දෙන්න තමයි. Well, this is the, you are getting into new area. So few important things mentioned. Say the language, English, of course, important. So we believe nowadays students, they do have the basic knowledge of English, so that is enough. Of course, even if you talk in Sinhala or English, right? 50% of our words are English. The Sinhala or Tamil, right? 50% of the words are English, so we know English. It's not a big issue. Only thing is, say, we might be reluctant to speak. So within the program also we have, say, design it in a manner that to encourage you to communicate in English so that you can gradually improve this. So important thing is, say, don't get backward. So when we give the chance or the opportunity, take that. Okay. So anyway, there'll be a session that of course I'll be conducting to talk about how to learn well within the program. And a good question asked by Favish regarding the replacing of the QSS. And there was another question or maybe another statement about Rajita mentioned that we often see that QSS are not having jobs, etc. So in combination, I would like to explain this. So say you may have gone and say looked into these things, right? Even there are some say Facebook groups, etc., where they talk about these things. Say sometimes a question is asked whether it is good to do QS, and many people come and say, don't do that. It is a waste that that you would do. We don't have jobs and all these things, right? They say, okay. Now I recommend you to go and see who they really are and how they have got their qualifications and learning, etc. Right? Then say the problem is that so they have not properly learned quantity survey. That is the problem. So when that is the case, then who can use them? As Mr. Rajit said, there are vacancies, but we don't have people. I also have been asked by many people to find people for jobs, but say there aren't people we can recommend. So that is a problem. So take this opportunity, right? So you will learn from the best people who can teach you, who is available to teach you in the country. Okay, so you have come to the right place. So don't waste it from the very first day. Learn. So by doing that, right? Say you understand the fundamentals of quantity survey. Okay, so AI or other technology is available, even AI. So that is artificial intelligence. But artificial intelligence, the computers or any other robotics or whatever, still there are computers in processing them, but they cannot understand. They don't understand, right? They get the patterns and based on that create responses, right? So the key is understanding. So when you understand the fundamentals, then you cannot be replaced. Because of course, technologies are there. So it is not that you, as Hasis sir said, you don't stay away from this technology, but with the understanding, you use a technology. So you might use, you are likely to use AI, right? By the time you complete this one, you will see a lot of AI tools available for us. So you will be using, now already they are there, but you will be using more and more of AI tools when you, by the time you complete this, but say everybody else will also be using those. So those will be available to others also. How you make yourself more competent, having say competitive advantage over others is by understanding the fundamentals so that you can do more and more accurate and high quality work while using those tools. Okay. So that's why we IQSSL run this program, because we see that we need good QSs to our industry, and of course we know that Sri Lanka produces best QSs to the world. Okay, so we want to maintain that because that is a benefit to our mother country and all the society. Okay, so you are also by joining this, actually you are also contributing to that. So I have been working as a lecturer in quantity surveying more than 20 years. I started in 2000. Okay, so it is 23 years have passed and now into the 24th year, right? So I know what it is. So don't worry, and you are in the right place. Okay. Any questions or anything to add? Okay. So more people will be joining us. So say encourage your friends also not to delay and join, because even though we haven't started the academics now, this orientation is important, because that will give you necessary say background knowledge and some skills also, and we would share some important information also through this program, um, which will help you to learn better through this program. Okay, so if your friends are waiting, just thinking whether to join or not, well, at least say let us know. Maybe we can say get them to attend the online sessions. We will have physical sessions, but at least we can allow them to attend online session until they get registered, which will be beneficial.
At
And
least then they are no suranga. Otherwise, they don't know. They are showing and thinking
yes,
quantity is unknown like that. No, you explain. Lot of people not proper. Lot of
yeah,
people
yeah,
going that like things. No, that's why even Middle East now Sri Lankan quantity surveys replaced by Filipinos and Indians now.
yeah.
Not
We
like
have that. Yeah, we are getting
we
into
don't
that
have
list
now
soon.
that quality quantity surveys now. That's why I told we have to start again that the IQSSL, because earlier we have 150 people from IQSSL, that college.
Yeah, we of course we have a lot of jobs even in Sri Lanka for good QSs. This is important, and it is a very highly respected profession also. So a lot of trust is there. So you will be you can feel that also. Okay. Can we quickly know where you are from, the students, and say what is your background, whether you come from NVQs or whether you come after A-levels? Is it good? Just few things, right? Your name, where you are from, and whether you are joining from your A-levels or whether you are joining after completing or say some NVQ other QS qualification. Okay, Favish, where are you from?
I'm from Dehiwala, sir, but originate from Aragambe, which is in Eastern.
Okay, so good. Okay, Gimshan. You can unmute and speak, Gimshan. Just where you are from and whether you are after A-levels or you have done some QS. Gimshan, we could not hear you. You are unmuted. No, you can speak.
ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ නේද?
I am from Dangote and yeah.
From A
Sorry.
level or you are done any quantity serving
After
after A level?
Okay. Okay. He's from Dankotu and after A-levels. Okay. Hansi? Chaturika, Hansi? Hansi, speak. Unmute and speak.
I am from Gampaha. I complete NVQ level 5 diploma in QS.
Good. Okay. Then we have Kumari.
I'm from Kurnagala. I completed my diploma in CSPB.
Okay, good. Kasindu?
I am from Atulkote. I am after.
After
After A level?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Silva?
I am from Aragamila. I'm complete after 11.
Okay. What is your first name?
Anuttara.
Anuttara.
Okay. Anuttara, thanks. Then we have Osanda. Oshada.
I am from Madhuri, sir. I came after my A-levels.
You came after 11. Okay.
From Matale, no?
Yes.
Yes,
from
sir.
Matale. Then Sanubi, right? Yeah, Sanubi.
I'm from Kiribat Guru, sir, and after my A-levels, I joined.
After A-levels, you joined. Okay. Quite interesting. Have I missed anybody? Anybody? I think I covered all. Yes, all are covered. Okay, thanks everybody, and it's interesting, and we have people from all around the place. So good to know that. So yes, we run two programs in parallel. So just to remind you, this HND program used to be 2.5 years program, but many students requested to reduce the period to 2 years. So we did not reduce the content. I want to assure you, we did not reduce the content, but we rearranged the timetabling so that we can complete 3 semesters of academic learning and 32 weeks of industrial training. Okay, so now the industrial training earlier used to be 52 weeks, which is 1 year. however, as per the the credit requirements, that is there is we will explain that to you when we start the program. So this credit requirement from the training as per the IQSSL norm was 32 weeks for the credits. However, we used to have 52 weeks, but since we want to make it 2 years, now we are going with the minimum requirement. But so therefore, still we are within the accepted range. So it will be 32 weeks of training. However, this will come at the end of the program. So if you want to continue at the same training place afterwards, you can continue maybe as a junior quantity surveyor or somebody as recruited by the organization. So if you work well, you are likely to be kept at the organization, right? So you will get that opportunity. So that is about the program. So if you have any further questions regarding the program also, I'm ready to answer those. Then I also want to highlight that after registering, you will get, or you have already got actually, an account, right? Microsoft account. So when you are joining these sessions, first sign into this Microsoft account, and through that account, you can join these meetings or online sessions. So please do that because we want to maintain that standard when you are joining. Yeah, further things, I think we can give you gradually. It is not good to give too many things at once. However, as I mentioned, if you know anybody who is interested, you just get them in touch with the office through that WhatsApp number that we had already shared with you. And we are considering and arranging them to join as observers for these online sessions, which is going to be beneficial. Okay. So with that, then we can conclude if you don't have any questions. Then good ප්‍රශ්න නැත්නම් අපිට session එක අදට ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
I have
yes.
a question.
Yeah.
After finishing the academic in college, there's a 32 weeks work, right?
Training. Yes.
So, yeah, and the work will be fine in the college or by ourselves.
We can do it both ways, but say there are certain requirements for a suitable training place. So if you identify a training place having a proper supervision by a senior quantity survey, we might approve it. So it depends. Say it is a subjective thing. So that can be done. So other thing is if you are sort of say for those part-time program. So if you are already employed, that's why we are taking you to the part-time. Otherwise, we don't take usually to the part-time. So if you're already employed, we can consider your current employed place as for one of the places. As you already learned that we divide this training period to two phases. 16 weeks at one place and 16 weeks in another place. So 16 week is sort of construction type of an organization. Another 16 week is clients advisory, or we so called the consultant type of an organization. So if you're currently employed by the time, you could stay for 16 weeks if the organization can be approved for the purpose of training. Otherwise, you will find the training places. Industry is kind of ready to provide training places to us because they like our trainings.
Yeah, we don't have much people, no, Suranga. Last time also I asked 6 people, I got only 2.
Yes, we don't have enough people to send because we like, even though we know Mr. Ajita very well, we can't send everybody to him because there are other training organizations also asking. So even same, we therefore share our students among those places because those are kind of having quite long-term relationships with the college. So we have to say facilitate them also. So you don't have to worry about the training place. The other thing I did not mention is that actually our HND is recognized for those you may know as top-up degrees, only to do the final year and complete the degree in other universities, right? So many other universities have already recognized our HND. So only by doing the final year, and in some universities by taking what is called a bridging program covering some subjects, then only taking the final year, you can go for the degree. That opportunity is also there. So this is quite, say, our program is not that expensive. Okay. Remember, we are doing it as a service to the country. So that's why it is like that. So get the best benefit out of it. Anyway, we need money to run the college, so we have to charge you. We can't do it for free. So we keep that balance. Okay, that is another comment I want to make. Okay, thanks for those questions. Most came from you, but yeah, few others asked. Yeah, සිංහලෙන් හරි අහන්න මොනවද තියෙනවා. අපි ඔක්කොම ඉන්නේ අද තමයි. Others other days there'll be a lecture or somebody, resource person conducting the session. නිසා කියන්නේ මොන හරි විතර දැනෙන questions තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. එතකොට we can answer those. Okay. That shows that there aren't any more questions. Okay then. Hope everybody got the basic understanding where you are going. So this is the beginning of a journey. So I